All right, Fox Business Prime is back with new seasons of great primetime shows like American Built, American Dynasty, Kelsey Grammer's historic battles for America, and How America Works, hosted by our good friend Mike Rowe. And just like last season, he's going to be taking you behind the scenes for an in-depth look at the people that keep this country running, the people that make the country great. Here is a sneak peek of the first episode of the new season, which focuses on the men and women who keep America's cargo moving. Think about life without them. Not pretty.
Instead of me being down here picking up little by little, half buckets or quarter buckets, he rolls it all down here into the big piles where I can grab full buckets each time, and it will save us time in the end. Everything's going good right now, going smooth.
But, as Johnny's about to find out,
Johnny,
his troubles with the hopper aren't over yet.
Go ahead.
it ain't open. The street's not open. It's early.
You're kidding, right?
All right, here now with more is our friend and the host of How America Works. It airs Monday nights at 8 p.m. on our sister network, the Fox Business Network. Mike Rowe is with us. You know, going back to your days of, I just love how he doesn't even have to talk. Very cool. I told you, you have the only other job I would want in TV with the two shows that you had, now the third show that you have with us, with Fox Business, and that is Dirty Jobs and Deadliest Catch. And I love all of it. I don't think Americans truly appreciate what it takes to get those big crab legs that they like to eat at a restaurant. I don't think they know what it takes to manufacture something. I don't think we fully understand the impact of what farmers do for us every day and ranchers do for us every day. And in this particular case, getting everything packed and moved and off of ships and out to stores, I don't think we really realize. Do you think Americans appreciate it?
Well, they're two different things, realization and appreciation. Most of us have never really realized it, but we've always intuitively appreciated it. We know that when we flick the switch and the light comes on, that's the result of a miracle, and that miracle is made possible by men and women doing things out of sight and out of mind. What I worry about is the overall lack of appreciation that has infected, in my view, our society over the last 30 or 40 years. My TV shows, the two that you mentioned, as well as How America Works, are just an attempt to tap the country on the shoulder and say, hey, look, if we don't hang on to this fundamental appreciation for the kinds of jobs that make civilized life possible for the rest of us, we're going to have a list of unintended consequences longer than your arm.
Did COVID change that in some ways? Did we get a greater appreciation for people that work in the medical field? Everybody from doctors and nurses and orderlies and everybody in between. Did we get a greater appreciation for truck drivers? If they weren't trucking and packers weren't packing and farmers weren't farming, we wouldn't have survived. Do you think people now have a little bit of a increased appreciation?
I hate to paint with too broad a brush. I know I do. I know that the whole Zoom world, the conversation we're having right now, 3 years ago, that didn't happen. I came to New York. I sat in the studio with you. This is made possible by fiber optics and men driving around at all hours, making sure everything is connected. So I think in a lot of ways, COVID gave us a wake-up call, but I'm afraid it did something else too, Sean, honestly. I know I'm a broken record on this, but I was listening to Joe Concha a couple segments back, go down the list of things that are important to voters, and I'll tell you what nobody's talking about. No one is talking about the 7 million able-bodied men who are not only unemployed today, but who have affirmatively left the workforce. I just spent an hour and a half interviewing a guy named Nick Eberstadt, brilliant economist, who believes that statistic, far more so than unemployment numbers and really any other metric, is the thing that should scare the hell out of us. That number of able-bodied men, combined with the 11 million jobs that are currently open, that's never happened in our country before. And if we don't fix that, we're on that part of the map where it says, here be dragons, because we don't know what's coming next.
Mike Rowe, always love having you, and I love all of your shows. We'll be watching on Monday. Thanks for being with us. Hey, don't forget, tune into Mike Rowe's How America Works. It's on our sister network, Fox Business, Monday night. You don't want to miss it.